News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. Hey, the last little piece of California trying to say you have to have EV trains and you can't come into our state at a certain, after like within a certain amount of time, in like maybe 6 years, 5 years from now. It's ridiculous. It's insane. It's crazy. Even an Illinois Democrat rep said he told the EPA last month California's rule could inadvertently move freight from the rail sector to heavy duty trucking sector. Yes, whatever it takes to have our economy, our shipping, our goods and services delivered on time, and not be charging us way overpricing things. Yes, by all means, yes. So what a stupid idea. There it is. Okay, a Karen threatens to punch a couple. I love this. I don't love it happening, but I love the story. I like talking about this. A Karen threatens to punch a couple after cutting in line in front of them in Raising Cane's drive-thru line before she served some delicious instant karma, the headline says. Whatever. I hate that karma thing. It's just stupid. It's what happens when you act like an idiot. How's that? Okay. This is, I'll play you the video clip, the audio clip in just a sec. So they're at Raising Cane's. They're in line in the drive-thru, and some woman literally cuts in between them. You're on this long line. You have waited 20 minutes. 20 minutes, they claim. And some clown comes in and cuts in the middle of you. So she can be heard, you'll hear it in a sec, shouting at a man and a woman in their car after she is accused of cutting in line. She yells, "If you hit me, I'm going to punch you in your effing head for real." What is wrong with people? What a freaking crazed nutbag idiot. So the guy's recording this on his phone, or his female passenger is. He plays a song called, from the Drive-Thrus 1971 hit Sooner or Later at full volume, which you'll hear. The woman can be heard shouting at the two from her own vehicle in the drive-thru after she cut in line. User describes the music as a way to cheer her up after claiming she nearly hit the person in front of her as well. In another clip, I'll play you the rest, because what happens is a Raising Cane's employee comes over and confronts her. And that's what you have to do. You can't reason with idiots like this. You tell the store. And if you're by yourself in a car, you call the store, you call the number on your store and say, this lady in front of us is just come right in front of us. So she gets her justice here in a second. But there are people that are nuts out there. And I'm going to go through a whole bunch of stories locally, with people who have done similar things in drive-thrus. So this has happened in DFW as well. My question for you are, what kind of crazy incidents have you had with people cutting in line, or road rage parking lot type incidents? I'll tell you some of mine in a sec. 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. Here's the crazy lady going in front of the line, cutting in front of them and screaming at them and threatening them.
Remember that, okay? Oh, Joe.
You hit me, I'm gonna punch you in your head, for real.
Joe, he's fake.
Ma'am, you're gonna have to go around. Well, the light starts behind them, so you're gonna have to go around.
Now you're gonna hear them talking to the car in front of them, because they were screamed at as well, the car in front of them. So she's squeezing between these two guys. Here we go.
She said, I'm gonna punch you. She was so mad. It was so weird.
Like just a few cars for some chicken.
Okay, so that was the social media post on a TikTok feed that made the news. Crazed Karen screaming at them, threatening to punch them. What kind of crazy incidents have you seen or had people do, cutting in line or road rage parking lot type incidents that you've gone through or seen? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I've had a couple different things. There was somebody in the drive-thru. I don't know if you caught this one. It was I've been here almost 15 years now, or over 14 years. There was a drive-thru that I think was in Frisco or Plano or Denton. I tried to Google it. I couldn't find one. I found some other ones I'll share with you locally. But there was some incident where somebody was in line and some crazy guy started screaming at them. And I can't remember if he dragged him out of the car and beat him or shot him or something. You don't know who these people are. You don't know who these people are. And my advice to you is don't acknowledge them. If you carry a firearm like I do, you don't display, you don't use it. If somebody's bashing on your car or threatening you physically, then you might have to produce it, but you don't point it at them. You just say, here you go, I got a gun here. I'd get out of here. First thing you do is just yell, I'm armed, leave. You don't want to do this. I'm armed. If they keep going and it gets worse, then you can produce your firearm, but don't point at them is my advice. Just have it at the ready, and they'll see that, and then most likely will walk away and leave. All right. I had some idiot in my neighborhood. I pulled out of my little alley, and some clown freaks out on me because they don't like the way I pulled out, and maybe they thought I was too. I should have waited for them to pass or something. And the funny thing is, out of the corner of my eye, when I saw this go down with this person, they were in a Lexus, and they had like a to-go bag in their passenger seat, and I think they were probably in their 50s. I'm like, I don't know if you're a man or woman, but old man, old woman, you're an idiot. They followed me. They got in front of me. They passed around me. They got in front of me. They slammed the brakes on. This is in a residential area. What's wrong with you? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I wasn't. Who cares? What are you doing? And then I saw, I'm like, is this idiot following me now? Because they stopped. So I went around them again. I'm like, you're not going to sit here and hold me. They were trying to stop me from going. I'm like, no, I just drove around them. And then I come up to a stoplight, and I'm like, these idiots are probably going to follow me now. This idiot is probably going to follow me now. So I take a right. Sure enough, they follow me. I go down another area. They follow me. I'm like, it was like within 5 blocks. But I'm like, you're a moron. I ain't going to do anything here, but you don't know who you're lucky that I'm not some crazy idiot who's going to jump out of his car and shoot you. You know what I mean? People are so stupid, and they get so angry for what? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. What kind of crazy incidents have you had with people cutting in line at a fast food place or at the parking lot or in road rage parking lot incidents? 800-288-WBAP is our number. And then parking spots. Oh, there was a situation at Costco this reminded me of that I just went through recently. Now, this was not in the parking lot. This was at a Costco, but it's kind of similar. People thought I was trying to cut in line, and there was a little thing going on here, and I'm like, well, I don't know. So you know what I did? I'll tell you what I did when that went down. Some people were not happy with me, so I said something out loud, and I'll tell you how that went down. That's the way you should handle it. If you're perhaps the bad guy and you don't realize it. But you don't yell at people, you don't threaten them, you don't scream at them. That lady was a jerk. She cut in line, and then sure enough, the guy came out and said, ma'am, get out of here. You got to go to the end of the line. Good for him. Good for her. There you go. Threatening to punch somebody. What is wrong with people? Really miserable people out there. You don't know who they are. You don't know if they have a weapon in the car. Don't mess with them. I'm telling you, don't. My wife is the one out of both of us that has a problem with like road rage. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like sometimes she'll flip somebody off. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't want to be in some fight with some idiot because you flip somebody off. Ignore him. Don't look at him. All right, that's all coming up next. Chris Crock Show, News Talk 820 WBAP. 4 lines open, 800-288-9227. I will tell you my Costco story coming up next as well on the Chris Crock Show, News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP, 800-288-9227. A crazed woman cutting in line at a Raising Cane's threatens to punch a couple sitting in their car that were cut in front of, that she cut in front of. It's unbelievable what kind of stuff's going on. One person commented because the Raising Cane's employee came out and said, ma'am, you can't cut in line. You got to go to the end. So she had to get out of it. One person commented, love when employees see the line cutters and make them go back to the end of the line. No. You don't hope that the employee sees the line cutter. You go discreetly, not openly go, that person. No, you just say, ma'am, that lady over there, she cut in front of us. Could you help us, please? Could you take care of that? And then you walk away. discreetly, and then let them handle it discreetly with the person, and then, justice should be done. If it doesn't, say, okay, I'd like to speak to your manager. What kind of crazy incidents have you had with people cutting in line or road rage and parking lot incidents? I've got some more examples of craziness at a McDonald's and a Plano Chipotle. Angela in Arlington, you're on 820 AM and now 93.3 FM WBAP. Hey, Angela.
Hey, I've got a fun story for you, Chris.
Okay, good.
So I was in one of those double left turn lanes, so 2 lanes of traffic turning left onto a 2-lane service road. Mm-hmm. And apparently I wasn't going fast enough for the guy behind me.
Oh, boy.
So he tried to pass me on the shoulder, which picked up, a ton of gravel, passed him on the right, on the shoulder, so I honked at the guy. And he didn't like it, so he gave me the 1-finger salute. And I'm like, okay, dude, whatever.
He was showing you his sperm count and his IQ all in once.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
So we just tootle on down the road. Well, can you imagine it? At the red light, I'm right behind him.
Yes.
And he's glaring at me through his side mirror, and I just blew him a kiss. It wasn't karma. It was sowing and reaping, but it just made him madder. It was perfect.
Wow. So there you go. There's another example of people. I mean, what is wrong with people?
They're nuts.
Now,
they're totally nuts.
I'm going to tell you something. If I was your husband or your daughter or you were my daughter or whatever, I'm just saying, as or whatever. If I'm your friend, even that doesn't have to be a husband or daughter, I would say I wouldn't do that because you could provoke some idiot who could get out of the car and do something horrible to you.
Yeah, but I'm carrying too, so.
Yeah! Oh, there you go. There you go. Hold on. You get a little something out. You go, there we go. Hold on. Wait, where? If I can hit my darn button right here, we go. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, Hercules.
There you go. Well played. Remember, though, you don't ever want to have to do anything with that if you can help it, because you'll lose it. You have to spend thousands of dollars. Make sure you have some kind of a program so you're defended if anything happens, okay?
I've got great insurance.
There you go, my friend. Be safe and keep carrying. God bless you.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Angela. I'm so happy to hear she carries. It's the great equalizer. Doesn't matter if some monster man who's 6'8" with 300 pounds is banging on the hood of her car. She's got the great equalizer, and I'm glad she does. The more people that do that, the better. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. And here's one story. Plano rude from the Dallas Observer. Another food-throwing customer at Dallas area Starbucks. Oh, this is great. Recently, they told you about a Chipotle customer who threw her burrito bowl at a manager. She didn't like the way it looked. She had ordered online. The restaurant gave her home address to the cops. They arrested her later that night. Yay! This week, we see a woman in Plano, they say, in this article, driving a white Mercedes. They put in here with purple interior ambient lighting. That's great to know. Arguing with a Starbucks barista in the drive-thru. These people are freaking... What is wrong with you? Starbucks always gives you whatever you want if they mess something up, and then some. So it's just... There's no reason to cause a scene. She's arguing with the barista. Both the customer and barista use their phones to record the duel. You two idiots are recording each other. Words exchanged. The driver threw her drinks at the barista before driving off. My gosh, people. Drinks were cold, only half full. Folks pointed out, but nonetheless. Okay, so there we go. Anyway, most people are surprised in the comment section to see the employee got fired. Why would the employee be fired if she didn't throw anything? I don't understand that. Here's one that is incredible. This one is incredible. Are you ready? Oh, look, here's the picture of it from the woman throwing her drink on them in her nice white Mercedes. What is wrong? These people are just freaking nuts. Here's another one. This is great. This was great. This was in the New York Post. 22-year-old wild video shows McDonald's employees shooting at customers driving through drive-thru fight. So the McDonald's employee shot at customers. Wow. Sir, you're not supposed to shoot the customer. Come on now. We didn't tell you. Who told you in training you could shoot the customer? This is some of the quality folks that may be working. Now, look, there's a lot of good people in fast food, but okay. 22-year-old McDonald's employee in Florida was arrested. This is the story was so funny. The audio. The lady said they called it what'd they call it? McRage or something? I don't know. Yes, it was so funny. The Florida reporters like the officers are calling it McRage. 22-year-old employee shot at customers following a wild caught on camera drive-thru. So here it is. It's a drive-thru in Lakeland, Florida. This happened actually 2 days ago or something. Dang, y'all, this is a couple days ago. The brawl quickly escalated from throwing cups to gunfire. I can see that happening. It's very reasonable. Okay, so one in the morning after the shooting, the cops showed up. There was an argument between the drive-thru lady and the customer after they complained about an incorrect order. Wow. Would you like some lead with that, sir? It shows two of the customers then get out of their vehicle, open up the drive-thru window, and throw drinks at her. Actually, she first, hold on. They said the drive-thru worker at McDonald's argued with a group of customers in the drive-thru before she threw a drink at the customers as they drove away. So this was she's wrong from the get-go. She threw a freaking drink at a customer. Okay? Now, I would assume that was covered in the training, right? Right. Anyway, it shows two of the customers then get out of the vehicle, open up the drive-thru window, and throw drinks at her. But she pulled out a handgun. And she was going to teach them. She goes out in the parking lot and hunts them down and shoots them, striking the vehicle at least once as they drive away from the restaurant. Could you imagine? Holy crap! She's throwing drinks at me. Holy crap! I'm trying to flee after I threw drinks back at her. Holy crap! She shot me up. Holy crap! Have it your way. Oh, wait, that's Burger King. Maybe you want to have it your way. I'm not loving it. Here's another one. Customer fired into Texas Wendy's after argument through a drive-thru order. You can't make this up! 19-year-old from Glen Heights, Texas, charged with ag assault with a deadly weapon after the incident in Frisco! This guy went in the Dallas area restaurant and after he ordered in the drive-thru, argued with staff, then he returned to his vehicle, got a gun, and fired into Wendy's about 8 p.m. I think this is the one I was telling you about earlier. No one was hurt. He was arrested, charged with ag assault with a deadly weapon, second-degree felony, blah, 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 blah. They arrested him based on the vehicle information video evidence. Wow. 2 other people in the vehicle were also arrested. We work with local law enforcement to continue their investigation. I'm telling you, it's a deadly job, y'all. Okay. Up next on the Chris Crock Show. You can't make this stuff up, can you? Oh, Costco. I forgot to tell you what happened with Costco. I'll do that next. When I had somebody, something happened. I was apparently cutting in line, didn't realize it, and I'll tell you how I handled it. I think it was handled well. I have to tell you that. That's next on the Chris Crock Show. And then also that, as promised at 10:30, how is President Trump preparing for next week's presidential debate? It's 8 days from right now, guys. Crazy. Unlike anybody else has. I'll tell you next. News Talk 820 WBAP now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. Okay. Trump has been holding a series. This is from the Politico. Trump ramps up debate prep policy discussions instead of mock debate. So he is not having, you know how they'll usually have you spar with somebody, that is a similar appearance, style, or, that kind of stuff with whoever your opponent is. It's kind of been an interesting story in the run-ups to debate saying, this person's the sparring partner or the debate partner for President so-and-so or whatever, right? And it's kind of always interesting. But in this case, there is no sparring partner. There's no debate person sitting in for Joe Biden. our elderly, frail, and senile president. But in this case, it is J.D. Vance, and all he is doing is holding informal policy discussions. Trump doesn't need to be told how to debate, does he? Now he does need to totally change the way he carries himself in the debates. If he is yelling over Joe or talking over Joe and interrupting, he will fail. And I cannot stress that enough. I swear to you, he has always been his own worst enemy. And we cannot afford that. We cannot. We can't afford anything. If you think we got this thing in the bag, we don't. A new poll came out today that shows that Biden, for the first time in a while, is up 2 points over Trump. Now, it's a national poll. I don't believe it's a swing state poll, and what matters are the swing states, but this could be a trend. You don't know. So when I hear that today, I'm like, oh, crap, here we go. And it's supposedly is over democracy, which is such a BS term. And hopefully that's supposedly the top new issue. I think it was a Fox News poll. Hopefully it's people like you and me saying our democracy is at stake because Joe Biden is making up bogus charges to put his opponent in jail, or at least to get him branded a convicted felon. Then is running ad campaigns now saying he's a convicted felon. I mean, if the Banana Republic works, then we're done. I mean, we are so done. That's one of the things I was hearing a commentator say yesterday, that if this works, we're over. I mean, this is the new formula. It's never been done before in my adult life. I've been doing talk radio now for 24 years, in the business, 29 years. If this stuff works, then our country's in trouble. Because this will be the new thing. And then you know what's going to happen. If this works, the Republicans are going to do this all the way to the hilt. This is bad, 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 bad. But nonetheless, Trump is doing policy discussions. That's the reason he's not doing debating. And J.D. Vance is his one of the people that's doing these informal meetings with policy discussions, which I think is a great idea. And I think the muting of the buttons, how the muting of the microphones, which is going to take place. This debate is literally 7 days and an hour and a half from right now. 7 days and an hour and a half. I mean, technically there's a few more hours than an hour and a half to get to the debate time, but you know what I'm saying. 7.5 days and we're in the debate live on WBAP. Actually, I don't think we can carry it live in the first one. I think Fake News CNN's doing that, but we'll have all the highlights as they happen. We'll talk about it and stuff, okay? But so don't go anywhere for that with us on the show. But how would you recommend the president prepare for next week's debate, and what kind of advice would you give him? 800-288-WBAP is our number, 800-288-9227. I think policy stuff is very good. I think having all the information in facts is going to be incredible. It's so hard. It is so hard. And sometimes you can feel Trump just kick major butt, and other times, so I think he might be able to really shine, though, because of this format where it's a minute and a half each, I think it is. And then they'll allow, I think it might be 2 minutes each, and then they allow a minute of rebuttal. And it's 90 minutes. There's only 2 commercial breaks, and that's it. And there's no opening statement, which I think is absolutely great. And there's a closing statement, which is 2 minutes each at the end. But your mic is shut off if you're not in your allotted time. And I think that's great. I think it'll help Trump. As long as expressions are great, all that kind of stuff, but don't interrupt him, don't yell or anything. You're going to look like an idiot. And that's what they want you to look like that. And yes, these two moderators are totally in the tank for Joe Biden. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Dana Bash and I can't remember the guy from CNN. It'll come to me in a sec. Anyways, they despise Trump, and everybody knows that. Okay, but 800-288-WBAP is our number. 800-288-9227. How would you recommend the president prepare for next week's debate, and what kind of advice would you give him? My advice: don't cut him off. Concentrate on what you're going to rebut and what your policies are and what the truth is. Compare. Here we go. You ready? Compare your record to Joe Biden's record. Compare your record to Joe Biden's record. Don't make it personal. Say, here's what I did. Here's what I will do. Here's what Joe Biden has done. And here's why I'm better. Boom. Policy. Economy, immigration, and he's got him on economy, he's got him on immigration, and he's got him on inflation, and he's also got him on world wars going on. War is breaking out all over the world because of Joe Biden, because the vacuum of power has happened under this president. It started with Afghanistan, then it went to Ukraine, now it goes to the Middle East with Iran, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, and Hamas, and I mean, Joe Biden funded the terrorist attack on the Jews in Israel. He did. He allowed them on Trump's last day when Trump was president, the Iranians, largest sponsor of state sponsor of terrorism in the world. They were pumping 300,000 barrels a day, and now they pump 3 million barrels a day. Joe Biden's giving them billions and billions and billions of tens of billions of dollars a year, and that's being used to kill Jews and to try to eliminate Israel off the face of the earth. They are appeasing Israel. They're not calling them out. They let the Houthis off the terrorist the terror list and the sanctions list. Guess what? The Houthis sunk a second ship in the Red Sea, a second ship yesterday, a Greek vessel. So you and I can't have our stuff, our goods and services that come from the other part of the world or vice versa go through there. So it's an extra 2.5 weeks, which means more money from all of us. Have to go all the way around the Horn of Africa. Jason in North Richland Hills, you're on 820 AM and now 93.3 FM WBAP. Hi, Jason.
Chris, how are things tonight?
Good, thanks.
Awesome. So I just wanted to call in and inquire on something. This is something that could be very viable. You know, they found all the cocaine in the White House. You know, how come that can't be Joe Biden's cocaine? So at the end of the day, he gave the State of the Union speech and he was all hyped up. Is that what is that what Trump's talking about by, you know, having him, you know, hyped up and doped up for the debate coming up?
So you agree that something's going on with him with that?
Absolutely. I mean, why can the cocaine is probably there for him for PRs?
I don't think the cocaine is for him because I think that's too volatile of a substance for somebody of his age to do. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think it's amphetamines, legal ones, for ADHD. That's my guess. Because, you know, I don't know if you know somebody or if you have ADHD and you take any medication, but my son takes stuff. He only really needs it when he's cramming and studying and in the middle of school. He's fine elsewhere. That's the beauty of most of these medications. You can take them when you need them as needed. And I think that that kind of a medication for ADHD, that it gives you tremendous bursts of energy and it gives you hyperfocus.
Well, I'm going to counter that. The reason why is because Ritalin is not something that is illegal, and it's not something that if he was going to say, hey, let's do a drug test. I'm
not talking about Ritalin. I'm talking about other powerful amphetamines that are crushed up and snorted and smoked that are sold on the street. Like people, they're extremely valuable to drug abusers. It's that's one of the biggest ones that's out there that's valuable to steal from a medicine cabinet from your quote unquote friend or from parents and stuff like that. So I would disagree. It's abused. It's sold on the street and such. So I think that's better. Cocaine is so volatile; it can destroy somebody. In my limited knowledge of it, and I don't think that an 81-year-old man would be doing that. I could be wrong. You could be right. By the way, what's your advice to Trump? Is that it, Jason? You there? We have lost Jason. Maybe the White House has cut off his phone. Maybe maybe it's their first stateside drone attack on one of their own. I don't know. But there it is. Maybe the NSA chimed in and shut him off. Okay. I have one of my officer friends has. One of my officer friends have shared a little intel on a super crazy fast food thing at a Wingstop in the Metroplex. I'll tell you about that coming up next. And What is the Dallas County Sheriff searching for? A stolen blank that was stolen in Dallas County by thieves. This is one of the most ridiculous things you could possibly steal. I don't know why they would steal it. I don't know what they would do with it. It's some kind of a vehicle. I'll tell you what it is. That is wild, crazy, and what my joke was about it, because it's so ridiculous, over the top, that somebody would steal this. That's coming up next, and the story about a Wingstop apparent road rage situation or parking lot situation coming up next. News Talk 820 WBAP, now on FM at 93.3. Make it a preset, y'all. Quick follow-up from one of my officer friends. This is by way of Irving Police Department's press release. Oh, this just happened, too. It's crazy how so many things make the news or don't make the news that happen in a big metroplex like ours, big city. Big city. Irving, June 4th, 2024, Irving Police. 7:30 p.m., cops responded to reports of a shooting at a Wingstop. Would you like some bullets with your wings, sir? I don't know about you. Guess what? I call them chicka wings. Chicka wings. I want some chicka wings. I can have chicken wings with lots of what do you call it? I love blue cheese. Blue cheese is fine. Chicken wings are good. I can have that. I was over when I was in Nueva York last week, el semana pasado, when I was in New York and I was starving and I was on like 2 hours of sleep and I'd been falling all over the place running and to catch all those planes I was complaining about. I had no time, but I still ate in the hotel restaurant, and I had chicken wings, and I had like handfuls of what we call it, celery and carrots with tons of blue cheese. I'm like, my hair. I stepped out of the shower. I was going to head over to get ready for the broadcast. And I was, how you're hot when you get out of the shower, you're like, kind of sweaty a little bit, even though you're clean and everything. So I got that going on, and I ate these chicken wings fast, said to get going, and my hair was getting wet. The sweat was dripping from the head from the chicken wings, because it was hot buffalo wings. Anyway, you get a side of bullets with your order here. 7:30 p.m., cops called a Wingstop on the 960 block of East Irving Boulevard. They discovered one male deceased. Holy crap. And one male victim injured. Second shooting victim transported to local hospital, treated for non-life-threatening injury. Before the cop arrived, a 22-year-old man, Mark Leanne, fled on foot. Patrol officers located suspect within 10 minutes, took him into custody. Firearm recovered. He's smiling in his picture. He's got the nice green jumpsuit vest on or whatever it is, little quilted one. Looks like he's warm. During the investigation, they learned an argument took place between the accused shooter and murderer and an employee at the location and a deceased victim who was also an employee. Oh my gosh! Oh, I remember this now. Remember that they shot and killed somebody at the Wingstop. I guess the service was bad. I don't know. That must be some really bad service. Victim told the suspect to leave the location, which is good, at which time the suspect presented a firearm and shot the victim multiple times. There's nothing funny about this. This is terrible. But second victim, also employee, was struck by stray bullets. This is insane. So this puke is, I'm sure any no gun signs would prevent him from carrying, right? Gun violence! No thug violence. All right, well, there you go. Would you like some bullets with your wings? No, thank you. Dallas County Sheriff search for asphalt roller thieves. Asphalt roller. You know those things with the two big, huge drums? You ride on it and it goes real slow and it flattens the asphalt out? Somebody stole that. So I tweeted this out and I said, these are going to be hard to find. They're in every driveway in my neighborhood. They're all over the place. That was my joke on Twitter. Hey, where's my little thing? There we go. Hold on, my stupid button's not pushed. Hold on. Let me go. Here we go. How do you sell this? I swear to you, do you think somebody could sell this in the black market? I'll rely on you, producer Garrett. Would somebody be able to sell one of these, an asphalt roller? Do you really think so? I mean, is this Beavis and Butthead going around and and stealing it and going, driving to another neighborhood, right? Or what? So what do you think? Are they going to be able to resell it, you think? Black market? Yeah, how do you transport it with a hidden vehicle? But then I guess if you... Yeah, tarp on it. Like it's like trying to transport a rhinoceros you stole from the zoo. I mean, this is... I got to tell you, of all the things you could steal,
what the hell are you thinking?
I don't think this would be one of them I would think about. I would discourage you. 3 male suspects loaded the asphalt roller onto a trailer. Oh, wait. Suspect arrived in the area, white truck, broken taillight, pulling the trailer, also had a broken right taillight. Okay, so there you go. Wow. Okay. We got to look up how much is one of those worth. Look it up real fast. What is it's called an asphalt roller. It's just what is the average cost? What does an asphalt roller cost? Probably $500,000. You can sell it for like $100K. Asphalt roller. Do you need help spelling asphalt, sir? It's not 2 S's in there, sir. A man killed after getting electrocuted in a seaside resort jacuzzi. That is one heck of a jacuzzi. El Paso man at a private resort in Puerto Peñasco, Mexico. Electrocuted in a jacuzzi. That's terrible. He didn't go to some name-brand hotel that I'm aware of, so that's kind of like, well, dude, that's horrible, but wow. A wiring failure may have caused him to get electrocuted. His wife, I guess, reported life-threatening injuries. Oh, my gosh. That's terrible. The woman had burns consistent with electric shock. Okay, we got it. We did it. You can buy an asphalt roller used on eBay for $13K. Did you bid yet? Highest bidder, come on now. Watch it. You got to do, my friend called it sniping, where you could bid at the last few seconds. Yes. Okay, now Mickey Briggs, our newsman on the program, sees one for $39,000, and it's used. So, okay, we got one for... This is great. We're shopping for an asphalt roller. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is when you drive. Did you look up when you drive, Producer Garrett? Don't look up some pushing one. Don't use an EV one. We want one that drives. $13K. Yours is $38K? Is that, did he say it was 38? He's showing it to me. 39,000. 100? Okay. 40 grand. 2016. I'll be, how many miles? Does it have mileage on it? What's the miles on that?